I could be talking for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours about this movie because it is that good. It is such a good movie that I can't give it enough praise. I gotta tell you. Um, Wes Craven is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, American horror directors. He's up there with George A. Romero or John Carpenter. Those are probably my top three, obviously, American directors. But this movie was phenomenal. I'm talking about 1991, The People Under the Stairs. Yes, there's been a lot of videos and a lot of reviews about this movie. I know. And for a good reason. A lot of people like to talk about it. I love to talk about this movie. I could, like I said, I could be here for hours talking about this movie, but I'm not because the, you know, the, it's, I mean, it's like I could write a book about this movie. That's how good this is. Such a great movie. And I loved it. I loved every part of it. I'm just gonna tell you straight up as a 10 out of 10. It's a great film. It's very entertaining, very enjoyable, and it's a 10 out of 10. It's rated R, 1 hour and 42 minutes from 1991. Wes Craven directs this. He directs this in between two movies that were pretty good. So he did Shocker, okay? And then he did a TV movie called Night Visions in 1992. And then this one came. And then after this, he did Wes Craven's New Nightmare. So he was on a pretty good roll right there, making these films, and I enjoyed it to the max. Okay, so here goes the plot. Ready? I wrote this shit down because I'll forget it. Anyways, so when Fool. Okay, so let me tell you the little story before. Fool is a kid and his parents are getting evicted because the owners, they want to sell the they're the last ones in that apartment complex, and it's a really old apartment complex. It's falling down. There's roaches area where they're super poor. So bottom line is that the landlords, they want to sell this, and because they can't come up, his family can't come up with the money to pay for the rent. So he Leroy, which is played by Ving Rhames, helps him out by going to the landlord's house and try to steal some shit. Anyways, so here it goes. So, oh, by the way, the kids, they call the kid Fool. That's his name in the movie. Like, that's not his real name, but his nickname in the movie is Fool. So Fool, okay, so when Fool breaks into the house of the family's landlords, he discovers that they have multiple mutilated several kids, and they keep them in prison under the stairs, or in the basement. As Fool tries to escape the house, he meets the couple's daughter named Alice, and he tries to survive the couple's brutality by escaping the house. So that's pretty much the main gist of the movie. So him and Ving Rhames' character, which his name is Leroy, along with another guy, I forgot the other guy's name, they go into this house and they try to rob some crazy gold that they have or some shit. And it turned out to be terrible for them because the house is crazy and the landlords are even crazier. So it stars Brandon Quintin Adams as the kid, which he plays a fool. And this kid was a kid star. He was a star in that movie that Michael Jackson did, Moonwalker, a long time ago. Moonwalker. He was also in The Sandlot, and he was also in The Mighty Ducks. So he's a kid actor, and he was phenomenal in this movie. He's great in everything because Moonwalker is one of my favorite movies, and he's in it, and he did a great job. He was a lot younger when Moonwalker came out. Then you got Everett McGill as the man, and you got Wendy Robbie as the woman, which is the dad and the dad and the mom. They were actually husband and wife in Twin Peaks, and that's what caught Wes Craven's attention to have them both be in this movie as well. Of course, Evan McGill is also in Silver Bullet. He was a priest in Silver Bullet, which was another phenomenal, awesome movies from the 80s with Corey Haim and Gary Busey, but that's another story. Great, great movie, Silver Bullet, one of my favorites. Anyways, he was great in that one too, and he was awesome in this one. He was such a good bad guy in this movie, Mr. Everett McGill, which I googled him up. He's still alive and he still looks pretty good. Anyways, AJ Langer as Alice and Van Grimes as Leroy. Awesome, awesome cast. What can I tell you about this? There's nothing negative to say. This great story, great positive energy with this movie. I loved it to the max. One of my all-time favorites for sure. The kid was great. The house plays a part. I feel like the house was a character in the movie. It was great. The action sequence, the thrill, the guy trying to get the kids and try to kill them, try to stab them, it was crazy. It was fun. Letterboxd has it at a 3.5 out of 5, and IMDb has it at a 6.4 out of 10. I read on IMDb, I wrote it down, that Wes Craven actually got this story. He wrote the story and he tweaked it a little bit, but he was inspired by a true story that really did happen about a couple of burglars going into this house to rob. And when they found out that there was a room full of kids there and they were locked up. So it's loosely based on a true story. Of course, Wes Craven put his little addition to it. It had a budget of $6 million and it grossed $31 million worldwide. It's great. There's another interesting fact. Hilary Swank, which is a megastar right now, she actually auditioned for the part of Roach in this movie. Roach is one of the main kids that were under the stairs. One of the ones that were abducted. And then another interesting trivia fact here is shortly after his death, Wes Craven was planning to get this movie and turn it into a TV series for the Sci-Fi Channel, which that would have been a pretty cool idea. I mean, maybe like 15, 20 episodes would have been cool. But yeah, man, who knows what would have happened if that was to happen. As far as this beautiful collector's edition, this is put out by Screen Factory, Shout Factory, whatever you want to call it. It is loaded with a bunch of features right there. You could read it there. You could pause that and read everything that has. It does have the original artwork reversible right there. That was the original, but I actually like the Screen Factory artwork a little bit better. There's nothing wrong with your OG classic look to it. But yeah, man, this is a phenomenal. I highly recommend this. If you guys have never seen this movie, this for me is a 10 out of 10. Perfect film, very entertaining, scary at some points, and it just very natural. It felt really, really, really natural. I loved it. One of my favorite Wes Craven films, and one of my favorite horror movies of all time for sure. People Under the Stairs, go check it out.